I believe you can see my screen. So this is Google search. How I do my Google search is basically that, how do I find a site? To avoid being exact with the website, you just simply Google SISGP. You Google SISGP. This comes out. Then you click on the website comes out, the SI website, is take you directly to the platform where everything happens. So this is the platform. You now go down, 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 down. You have to keep moving down because I believe by now you must have read through all these things that I'm skipping. You must have read through all these things that I'm skipping, how to apply all these things. Then you come here and you stop, apply here. So this is where our work starts for the application. It says, before you apply, you must first check the eligibility criteria. Selected the level of studies you are applying for and your country of citizenship below. If you're eligible to apply, you'll be taken to the application platform. So let's do that. Since I'm not applying, everything I'm doing here is basically for practical reasons, for these practicals. So I'll choose masters, country of citizenship. If your country is not eligible, that means it will tell you it's not eligible. So I have to choose my country, which is eligible. I'm from Nigeria. Then I click submit. So it says, yes, I meet the basic requirements, continue to the full application form. I click on that. Now it's asking me I should confirm my citizenship, Sweden. So from my computer, it has already notified it that I'm in Sweden, maybe because from all other things I use my system for. So if I'm a Swedish citizen, I will just say yes. But since I'm not Swedish citizen, I will just say no. Then to ask me the country of my citizenship, I will just choose Nigeria. And the platform is now open. I believe you can see my screen. If you can see my screen, kindly notify me in the chat box. Okay. So this is the platform now. See, my country of citizenship can be seen here. So the next thing to do is to sign in or register. Basically, since you're a first timer, you have to register. But I'm not a first timer, but we'll assume that I'm a first timer and I'll put my email and then to take me to registration details. But I've registered for this platform earlier today to ensure that how the platform is. So I've done a test before this particular webinar. So I'll just click to sign in again, to ask me for password. I already have my password there. Then I'll sign in. It's now open. So it's that easy because I've already created an account. So if you've not created an account, it will ask you for your email, it will ask you to verify your email, then you just simply do that. And then you have your account. So this is the account. This is my account for the application. Now, what do I do right now? There are so many things, there are so many ways to kill the same bird. So let's just go to this left side, this left menu, and click my applications. I'll go to this left menu, I click my applications. I have to admit some persons. Now, see my application here. It's now asking me edit application or view. So I'll just say edit application. Now, to also not confuse you, this application is here because I created it while I was testing the platform. While I was testing the platform, I had to create this application. So if it's your first time, once you go to that application, it will ask you for new application. You have to choose a course. It will ask you questions for a course. You have to choose a course. You have to choose a university. So now let me edit this application. Now see how the platform is. In this platform, everything happens. Every application happens. Every application happens here. Like I said, if you're a first timer to the platform, it will ask you for your university. It will ask you for your courses. It will ask you, so you just choose the university, choose the course, choose the university, choose the course. Then at the end of the day, you have an application set. Then it will now lead you to this place. So you didn't see that part because I've done it earlier. But that part is something you can easily do. There's no misunderstanding you can ever have at that point. I mean, it's very simple. So if you now reach here, see how the platform is. There are different tables. There are different tables: instruction, priorities, application details, applicant information, contact, academic background, work experience, activities and involvement, connection to Sweden, motivation, checklist, documents, about your documents. So these are all the tables. You are meant to go through these tables one after the other. You cannot skip any of them. You are meant to go through them one after the other, fill all of them, fill all the details before you click submit. This submit is you can find this submit in table 1. If you go to table 2, you can still find the submit. Go to table 3, you can still find the submit. But don't click this submit until you are ready to submit your application. So all you need to do is at every point you click save. So let's start. From instructions, before you do any application, you have to read instructions. So it's your job to read this. This instruction will guide you on the scholarship and also guide you on your, this platform is called Dream Apply. So the Dream Apply platform, it will also guide you on how to use it and blah, blah, blah. So at the end of the day, I will say, yes, I confirm that I've checked my eligibility criteria. I will confirm that I have applied for a master's program, and then I will save. Please don't submit. I know sometimes you think, oh, submit. No, rather save, you save. It will tell you application was saved. Then you're done with the first table, you go over to the second table, priorities. It says add your master's programs to your scholarship application. Now, when I was creating my application, I used this course and this university. But this platform knows that there are about 4 courses that you chose. So right now, you have a chance of adding the 4 courses you chose while applying for your university admission. If you chose 3 courses, this is also time to identify those 3 courses or 2 courses, whatever your case may be. So this is just for practical reasons. I can change it, I can delete it and change it by clicking here. I can add more. So it's telling me it's showing me the different programs, different universities. I can just, let's just choose this. I can choose this. So it will add it up. So it took me back to instructions. So I need to go to priorities again. So it added it. There's a third one. I can just add more choices. Let's just assume it's this one. I click apply. I also go back to priorities. It has added it. So I know it has saved, but I love being very, very conscious. So all I'll just do is I will still save again. I don't want no stories. So the next one says application details and applicant verification. Now this is to verify if you are truly a student who had applied for admission. Now they are requesting for your personal application number. You can find this information if you go to your university account, university admissions account. If you go to university admissions portal, you will find this application number just by your application. So I don't have a number because I didn't apply for admission. So we'll just use 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 for our practical. It says what subject area does. Please ensure you read everything. I'm skipping this because I don't need to read them. What subject area does your first priority master's program belong to? So my first choice, sorry, I've forgotten my first choice in this practical. Let's go back and see my first choice. So my first choice in this practical says aerospace engineering. So, okay, aerospace engineering. Aerospace engineering. So what subject area does aerospace engineering belong to? Aerospace engineering, it belongs to technical service, installation, operation, maintenance, and technical service. So I click that. Second one, what choice does it? Let's assume it's agriculture. Third one, what area? Let's assume it's education, teaching. Fourth one, what area? Let's assume it's beauty and skincare. So you just choose what works for your application. So you make sure that these things are right. Because when they are judging your scholarship application, I will assume that the committee is going to put them side by side to make sure, okay, you chose, you're studying media and you chose agriculture as the area. That is a bad sign. That means this person don't even know what they're doing. So you've got to just, these are simple things you shouldn't make mistake on. The last one says, applicants to Stockholm School of Economics might have applied for a 5th master's program. So just, if this is your case, you choose. Then please don't submit. Don't be tempted to submit, just save. Even if you click submit, I think it will also ask you to verify that you're ready to submit, but just avoid clicking submit. So the next level is applicant information. So here you put your name. So what's your given name? My given name is Ihan Genius. What's your family name? My family name is Amarizu. What's your date of birth? My date of birth is 2029, January 1st. It registers. What's your gender? My gender is male. My citizenship is Nigeria. If you have double citizenship, you click this. But if you don't have dual citizenship, don't click this. This here, if I click this, it will bring up a slot for double citizenship. And then I'll have to fill the details for double citizenship. But since I'm not a double citizen, I won't click, I don't need to click it. But for this, just see what I'm saying. You see, it brings up a space for you to choose another country. So, but even if you click it, it doesn't matter. It's not a compulsory space, but don't click it. So city of residence, I reside in Stockholm. Country of residence, I reside in Sweden. So you just fill this as it is for your case. You save. Okay, it said some of the fields were not correctly filled. You see, this platform is quite sensitive. So what is not correctly filled? My age, because I said my age is 2029 and we're in 2020. So it says, no, damn, that can't be your age. So we'll have to find something in the 90s. So I can say I was born in 1999. So 1999, January 1st. So I will go back to save. It has saved. So the next is contacts. So I think this is mainly for your email and personal details. I mean, you just put it there, your phone number, that's all, your email and phone number. Then you also save. Remember to save at every point. Then the next one says academic background. Now, in this point, is now asking you questions that you submitted in your CV or questions you wrote in your CV. You know, for this application, you need a CV. There's a CV template that has been provided, which you need to fill. Now, it needs you to repeat the information in your CV. Please don't make the mistake of putting a different thing here and what your CV is different. Make sure you are photocopying your CV, you're copying and pasting. So academic background, you choose where you went to school. You choose where the country you went to school, you put the name of your university, ABC University. Highest degree completed, I completed undergraduate degree, bachelor's over there. Where was this university? You choose the location, the place, or you type the place. How many master's degrees have you obtained? If you have obtained a master's degree before, you just tell them. but let's assume I've not obtained anyone, I say none. Please make sure you to include all master's degrees obtained prior to start of your master's. You see, so please make sure you include all master's degrees. If you've gotten a master's before, please include it. It will not deny you the scholarship. So if you've gotten a master's before, don't hide it. It's not necessary. So you put the year of graduation, you know, when you graduated from the school. So let's assume I graduated 2021. Have you previously studied or pursued research in any other form scholarship? So these are yes or no questions. I mean, you will see the ones that are right for you. So for this purpose, I will just choose anything. I will save. Then we go over to the next one. Work experience. Like I said, please repeat whatever you wrote on your CV template. In the template that have been provided for CV, please just repeat it. You add a new block, see what a block contains. It contains which sector, you choose whether it's private sector, public sector, or civil society, what type of work, full-time work, part-time work, volunteer, whatever you choose, how many hours. Please, if you wrote 3,529 on your proof of work experience or wherever, please also write that exact number here. Don't make a mistake of summarizing it over here. Let's say you wrote 3,229 in your CV or in your proof of work. Over here, you decide to write 3,000. That's a red flag. So what field? Choose the field that best fits. Did you have leadership position in the organization? Yes or no, whatever is your case. Did you hold responsibility for any of the following within this organization? You chose whatever, managing a project, as the case may be. Please remember, you at this point, three things are coming to play. One is the story you told in your CV. It must match with whatever you're saying here. Secondly, is the story you told in your proof of work and leadership experience. You see, most questions they're asking you, they are likely similar to those templates. And third is your reference. So these three documents, make sure that the whole stories in those three documents are the same with whatever you put in here. Don't put two different stories, that's a red flag. How many hours have you held this position? See, this is how many hours of leadership. Here, put the same number of hours you put, you know, as reflected in your CV, your proof of leadership, and your reference, as the case may be. So whatever it is, if there is, I mean, I know in your CV, you probably put up to 3 different experiences. So you might want to put the whole 3 too. You add a new block and a new block and another block. When you're done, you save. So when you're done with that, you move to the next step, activities and involvement. So this in your CV, there's a part that says, there's a part that asks you about things you did other than, apart from work experience, networks and whatever volunteer jobs you did apart from work experience. So it's almost the same question. So whatever you put here, make sure that it's reflected in your CV template. So what are you doing currently? You fix whatever it is, seeking employment or employed or whatever. Does your current employment occupation offer you opportunity to take leave of absence? Here have to be a yes, or it has to be, okay, this can work. I'm not employed at the moment. Yes, I will be able to take paid leave. Yes, I'll be able to take paid leave. No, but my employer has promised me a job at the same organization when I finish my studies. Okay, any of the response can serve. So whatever your case is, you just choose. Are you currently engaged in a network, volunteer work, or voluntary work, or any other civil societies activities? Yes or no, whatever. Have you previously been engaged in a network? No, yes. And And this means you can choose more than one option. So if your case is this, and this, you choose them. If it's only one, you just choose one. So you have options of choosing many things. In total, how many hours did you do your civil society voluntary work or work outside, apart from work experience? You can say 200 hours, whatever your case may be too. So it says, kindly fill in 0 if you have not had such engagement. Does your employment engagement relate to UNSDG goals? Please, it has to be yes. It just has to be yes. Which SDG does it relate to? You must have written something about this in your CV or in your other references or proof of work. So you know the SDG it probably relates to, you just choose it. If it's more than one, you can choose many of them. If it's 5, you can choose all of them. See, then, okay, it says you cannot choose more than 3 items, you see. So I have to delete 2, 3 items I save. You can also decide to choose only 1 or 2, but maximum 3 I save. Then I move to the next. So what's your connection to Sweden? This is a very important place because there is a connection you will have with Sweden, and you will no longer be eligible for the scholarship. So do you have any previous connection to Sweden? If it's a yes, you will tell us the connection. If it's a no, fine and good. If it's a no, then you've got no issue or whatever here. But if it's a yes, then you have to explain more. So if yes, but if no, your discussion ends. But if yes, within what setting? I could say study related, or I've been to Sweden for holiday, or other, whatever the case may be, to holiday. Prior to August 2022, have you resided in Sweden for cumulatively 2 years or more? If you say yes, you might not be eligible for the scholarship. Maybe you just go back to the instructions of this scholarship eligibility and find out more about this. So if you have lived in Sweden more than 2 years, I don't know if you be eligible for the scholarship. You have to find out about that. If it's no, whatever the case may be, just choose. Note that short visits to other countries during your residence period in Sweden must also be counted as time resided in Sweden. How did you come across information about SISGP? So you could just choose what is your own case, maybe from alumni, from friends, from other people, from social media, whatever it is. Then you save at the end of the day. You move to the next one, motivation. Now, in the previous SI scholarship applications, there was a template separately for motivation, which you will fill and then submit as a document. But in this year, you type in your motivation into this box that is here. You don't submit any attachment, but the questions from previous years have remained the same. So if you had studied SI scholarship previous years, this question will be very familiar to you, and it will be very easy to answer for you. Describe how you can apply the knowledge and experience you will gain from your time in Sweden in your organization or company, and or in your home country or region. And you cannot type more than 1,000 characters. That's like 5 sentences or less, about 150 words or less. So how can you answer this question with 150 words or less in 5 sentences or less than 5 sentences? So that's quite a difficult task. And I have some videos that dealt with this. So you might want to go to my YouTube page and check out the videos and guide yourself. Then whatever the case is, so whatever the case is, you just save, application save, then you move to the next. The next is now checklist. Checklist is to keep a guide on you to just make sure that you've got things settled. You've got things almost finished up. So the checklist right now, so many things are missing. So it's now telling us You see this sign is telling you that something is missing. A copy of your passport is missing, your CV is missing, proof of work and leadership is missing, your reference is missing. So anything that is missing, the checklist will remind you that is missing. So since we have not uploaded this, that's why this thing is here. So let's go over to the next one, which is documents. So here is where you upload your documents. Here is where you upload your documents. It says, please carefully study the requirements in the checklist section, scan the documents, convert them to PDF, and upload them under the correct checklist section. Please note that you should upload your documents under the checklist section. Once the documents are uploaded, they will show here. So the uploading of documents happens in the checklist, but they will appear here. So you go back to the checklist, and then it says national ID. I will now click on national ID. So it's asking me, please choose one of the options below to best reflect your preferences or current situation. I have not yet attached my passport. I have attached my passport, additional comments. So what you just do, you click, go down here, you click, it will now bring out your computer, then you choose the documents. So I'll just choose any document in my computer. Then you now go here and change, I have attached my passport. So it says the status requires that you upload the document first. Wow. Okay, I chose a document that has several pages, and the attachment, as you can see, all the pages have been attached. So I choose a very wrong document for this practical. I have to delete them. So it's saving them per page, and a passport should just be one page. Wow, this is a lot. So I'll just skip this. I'll cancel this. So I'll go back again. Oh, these things are still there. Let's say I have attached. Say status was changed. So it has assumed that I've attached my passports. It marked it good. I go to for CV, the same thing, the same process. You click on this, you choose a document from your computer, whatever document you choose. You now click, I have uploaded my CV. If you have a comment, you make the comment, whatever comment is. If there's something you want to explain, at the end of the day, you close it up. Once it marks good, that means, yes, it's been attached. So that's the same way you attach all the documents. And now, because I've done the attachment, I click on documents, everything has reflected. As you can see, everything has reflected. Please, your document won't be this much. It's just the sample I used. It has so many pages. So the last table is about your documents. So it's now asking you questions about the documents you submitted. From where did you receive one of your letters of reference? You also check your reference. You know where you received everything you received. You quickly click on which preference that works. From where do you receive the other one? Do your letters of reference and proof of work and leadership experience certificates have the required stamp and signature? Of course, yes. Then you save. Now, at this point, you know you're done with SI scholarship application. So what I will now ask you to do is don't submit. In my own experience, I will tell you to review once again. As you can see, you can finish up this thing in 30 minutes. You're done with the whole application. So, but what I will ask you to do is once you're done with this whole stuff, all the checklists, just save and log out. Save and log out. After 2 days or after a day, the deadline is in 20 something, yes. So after 2 days, I will come back to it. There's no rush. unless you're late, unless you're almost on the deadline edge. But if you're doing this within the week, then there's no rush. You come back after 2 days with a fresh mind, fresh eyes. You go again, one after the other. You go through priorities. You see that, yes, everything is in order, everything. You go to application details, make sure that this application number is correct. You might think it's correct, but you probably missed a letter, or you missed a number rather, or you missed something. You check them again, check whole thing you answered again, check again. Then when you're done checking, you also save. You log out. If you still have more time, you still come back another day, you check it. Now, an important place to always check is the documents. Sometimes you might have attached a wrong document. That is why it is very important to review. Sometimes you make a mistake, you think you attached the right document, and unfortunately, instead of attaching your passport, you attached some other documents in your computer without knowing. So you go to your document, you go and take a look on whatever. You don't need to delete. What you need to do is, right from inside this portal, you download. It will download as a picture. Then you open and check what you uploaded. You download, you open, and you tell yourself, okay, I uploaded the right thing. Then when everything is ready, you click submit, and then you confirm, and your application is submitted. And that is basically how to navigate through the SI portal.